Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to episode 2 of Press A to Talk. Joined with the usual suspects here, Michael.
Hey, how's it going?
And Neko.
Glad to be back.
And I got a very special guest. We have the number 1 Fortnite player in the world, the number 1 League of Legends player, the number 1 Overwatch player, E-Girl, Mr. Pick-her-up guy, Blake Brady. How's it going, Blake?
You left a few key details out, but that's all right.
Oh, yeah. Overall, best gamer in the world.
Yeah.
All right. Today, obviously, we're going to go over like what we've been playing, but we also want to talk about Scalpers. Mike, you had a little Capcom thing going on there.
The Capcom League. That's going to be interesting.
But I guess we'll start out with what have we been playing? What have y'all been playing?
I started playing Hollow Knight because it was free on the PS4.
Oh, okay.
And I was enjoying it quite a bit. It was not what I was expecting. I was thinking that it was just gonna be like just Metroid with just pure Dark Souls, but it was very interesting. Like it had all those elements, right? Like the Metroidvania and then the Dark Souls aspect, but it felt like it hasn't been done before. It felt new to me, which was surprising. Like, cause like I love the shit out of Metroid, and I love Symphony of the Night, and I've played quite a few Metroidvania games to kind of it kind of like to the point. It kind of just feels like I've played this.
You've played it, yeah. You've already.
Same goes for Dark Souls. I've played enough like Souls like games where I just got burned out, right? But this like Hollow Knight just felt fresh to me, like, and that was weird for some reason.
The combat it's not all new, but it's really like addictive.
It was very captivating. Is the word that I would use. But that's what I've been playing. I wanted to get back into Yakuza, but I wanted to give Hollow Knight a chance because I didn't want it to just end up being about like just another game into the backlog, you know.
GG. Neko?
Honestly, I haven't even had a chance whatsoever of play. I've been so busy lately. I did get a chance to just play a little bit more of Call of Duty Zombies. Keep trying to freaking get to the level where you unlocked like the whole gun section and you can just customize a little bit better the guns. Because right now the only shotty that I got is pure trash. And I would not touch anything else for some reason. I'm a a run and gun type of guy. An ape. There you go. That's the perfect term. I'm an ape in that scenario. But other than that, I haven't even played Apex, which is usually the game that I immediately go to. I've been seeing a couple of things, a couple of games that have been interesting. Like Mikey had also mentioned me the Hollow Knight, which I've been wanting to play because I didn't get the chance to play Shovel Knight as well. But back in the day, I knew it was pretty good. I'm like, I gotta download it. But unfortunately, my free time is like really scarce. But other than that, I'm just waiting for next Saturday to actually play something.
All right, Blake, you said...
Well, I haven't been able to play much, but not because I just can't physically. Because I was trying to install a new processor, and then I ended up deleting my Windows. And when I tried reinstalling Windows, it was like not gonna happen. And so I actually had to take it. I just took it to Micro Center, and I was like, "You take care of this. I'm next. I don't know what the next thing was going to happen, and if I try to fix it after that." But before that, I would say the last game I played was it's an older game. It's Dead by Daylight.
That's actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, and say what you want. I've read the critiques. Lack of change in gameplay or mechanics, but I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I like it. It's
fun with friends for sure.
Especially the squad. That's exactly what I want to say.
Yeah, especially it's always fun whenever you're getting chased by Mike Myers and you're having to juke him around a pallet.
And funnily enough, I've yet to play this game.
Oh,
okay, we've got to play
all about it. I've seen videos, have not played it.
It's not the best. It's just a really fun, just throwaway
Yeah.
You know.
It's not polished beautifully in any kind of way, but it's still like it does its job. It's entertaining.
80% of the game is DLC though, so there's also that. Yeah, you know, every pro gamer uninstalls Windows at some point in their life. So, yeah, I've been going crazy. I got the PS5 finally.
Okay.
I was supposed to get it on Friday, but I was in bed. It was like 4 a.m. and I got an email like a few minutes later, and I was about to go to sleep, and it was like from Best Buy, and it was like, your order is ready. And I just laid in bed for like 3 hours, just staring at the ceiling, just waiting for it. I ended up sleeping for like 2 or 3 hours. Went straight to Best Buy. So this was Wednesday.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, it was Wednesday. Got straight home, started Demon Souls, and Thursday night I finished it. Yeah,
Jesus.
in 15 hours I beat the game.
Wow.
Damn. Well,
Because you were telling me, dude, like, are you on like World 5 yet? And I was just in my head like, I'm done with the game.
Is that a record?
Oh no, I was looking at speedrun because you can like when you're in the hub world, you can go up to like the leaderboards, like at the top of the Nexus, and the speedrun I think it's like 11 minutes. It's pretty insane.
So wait, you beat it in 15 hours, and the speedrun is 11 minutes?
11 minutes, yeah.
Oh, we're a little off.
We're just a little off.
Yeah, a little bit of polishing.
Speaking of speedruns, though, I also told Mike I 100% completed Astro's Playroom, which is like the best game I've played in like a long
What is
time.
it? Astro's Playroom?
It comes download installed on the PS5.
Oh, is this
It's a free game.
I think I read. Is this
Donkey was showing
is this
it
where
on
like, you
his-
explore like the PS5 or something?
Yeah, like you're inside the PS5 and each
Oh,
level is
man.
like its own PlayStation. You have to collect
I
all.
passed it to it's so good. Like,
It's so good, and I knew I had to. I'm actually sad that I completed it because I like want to go back and play it again.
It's better than Bugsnax?
Oh,
man.
Yeah, but I've been playing a little bit
Bug
of
snacks. Let's
Were
talk
you-
about bug snacks.
Were you able
Talk
to
about
complete the
Bugsnax.
platinum though? Are you a completionist or not?
See, not really, but ever since I got the PS5, I've been trying to complete all the games I have. And I'm about to get Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, and I'm just like dreading playing that. Demon Souls has already been a pain, and yeah.
Listen, at this point, don't buy anything because like Cyberpunk is right around the corner.
I have to get DMC5. That is like my favorite, not my favorite game, but like it's super good.
Okay,
But yeah, I know.
like Devil May Cry is really good, but I'm pretty sure you've played it already. So at this point, like you're only gonna play it for Virgil,
Yeah.
so you can wait.
No.
You can wait.
So you were speaking about RPG games. Have you played the Cyberpunk RPG or the Cyberpunk board game?
You know, I've been wanting to. It was funny because like I had the beginner box, but I kind of like told myself I wanted to like just wait until the core rule book got out so that I have everything that I can. So just to play the game completely, because I like the way that the beginner box kind of like just laid everything out. I was just kind of like it felt very tutorial-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So like there were a lot of the things that they were teasing in the beginner box's rule book was like, yeah, you're gonna have a whole bunch of things, but yeah, it's we're not finished with them yet, so you're just gonna have to wait on that. And so I was like, man, like, but I like that sounds so cool because like the whole idea of like just running, like just being a net runner in the Cyberpunk Red is very interesting because it's supposed to be in this time where like the internet has been broken and like everything is like local net.
Mm-hmm.
So now net runners are supposed to like carry the equipment with them to be able to hack into other people's servers and stuff, and that plays in real time. So you're having to rely on your party to take care of any like real world threats while you're taking care of like the internet threats, and that sounds amazing. But I wanted to really delve into the full content. Completely forgot about it, and it wasn't until like yesterday that I found out the core rule book already released. So now I have to figure out how to.
We've been talking about this for like months.
Yes. And I like and that was the reason why I held it off, because I wanted like if I were to play something, if I were to DM or just play or have somebody DM, I want to have everything. I want to have access to everything. I don't want to just kind of like play the beginner box and then just not be able to do anything with it because I don't have all of the tools accessible to me. And kind of like D&D, like it's like taking just having a little beginner and then just saying, hey, all these like 5th tier spells or stuff like that, you don't have access to that yet because it's not included in the beginner box, so sorry.
Question about the storyline there. Is this storyline, is it prior to 77 that's coming out?
Yes.
So it's like a build up towards.
They have it set up like whatever happens in Cyberpunk Red is what happens after the original Cyberpunk 2020, which is supposed to be like when like there's like this like nuclear reaction that blows up half of like Night City, and then you play that in Cyberpunk Red, and then years after Cyberpunk Red Cyberpunk 2077 happens, and apparently it's all canon. So there's going to be events maybe in the game that'll kind of like hark back to the time in the red is what they call it.
Speaking of Cyberpunk board games, I remember, I don't know if I told you this, but I told you that I did a documentary, a short documentary in Cyberpunk, like the board game or the tabletop. And I didn't know a single person that had actually played it, so I had Blake like pretend to be like a professional Cyberpunk tabletop player.
I actually tried putting like some research into it, and like it was so overwhelming. I don't know if like I've never played an RPG board game, and I know you have. Like it was so like it was almost it almost made me not want to play it, just how like complex everything is. Have you ever felt that like? That intimidation from like a board game?
Well, yeah, because like those games are kind of like usually set up so that everything you can do anything. Like it's kind of like the DM kind of like just sets up a story, but then it's not like a strict story. Yeah. Anything can happen in that, and then like you have to be prepared for the consequences, and then the DM has to be prepared for whatever you say.
Throw it back, counter or something.
Because like you could potentially just say, well, I'm gonna do this, and then the DM might just look at his notes and be like, well, this just fucked the whole story up.
Yeah.
Now I have to come up with something completely new on the fly. So. It can be overwhelming on both ends for sure.
Yeah, that's how it happens also in D&D as well. Like that's why there's such a gigantic rule book for it. It's just there's so many extra things that you can add in there that otherwise in any other playthrough it's not there. So I would assume the same thing for 77 or 2020, whichever it was.
The good thing is that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to come with the source book for 2020. Ooh. So I don't know if the original, if the actual like in the standard edition is gonna carry it, but I got the collector's edition, so I'm happily excited for that.
This guy, I can't afford it.
It was on a whim too. Like when I saw the reveal and they said that they were gonna have the pre-orders available, I did it. As I did it, it was so far far since I've pre-ordered it, then that I still had it on my previous address, and now I have to call Best Buy to be like, hey, I'm not there anymore, so please send it over to my new address.
Dude, I need to change my address.
Oh yeah,
so
it's a good thing it hasn't been scaled.
But yeah, I think both the collector is definitely going to have it, but I think the standard is going to have the source book for 2020. So we could definitely jump into 2020, play a little bit of 2020, then jump into Red, and then jump to 2077.
That'd be really nice. And next week we're doing a preview for 2077. That's like all we're going to be talking about.
Hell yeah.
Because like I think we'll be filming or recording on the 6th, and then like 4 days later that's Cyberpunk
comes out.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's get into this. Before we get into the main topic, which is everything that's going on, like scalping wise. Okay, you had something to say about Capcom.
Oh, I mean, if you want me to start, by all means. Okay. So it turns out that I have the article here.
By all means.
I'm not exactly sure when it happened, but it at some point. Oh, okay. So it says that on November 2nd. Capcom got hit with like a ransomware attack, and which was like a massive data breach. So they ended up like hacking like a bunch of like sensitive information from Capcom, not just the leak, but just like customer information, employee information, and stuff like that. And it just so happened that there was a lot of just data pertaining to the games that they're going to be releasing for the next 4 years.
Mega Man Legends 3, perhaps?
Well,
Didn't make the cut.
I don't know. It says that some of the I haven't really found the whole leak or anybody covering the whole thing, but they said that we're definitely gonna have second Dragon's Dogma.
Ooh, okay.
Street Fighter 6 and then
Obviously.
Street Fighter 6 Ultra the year after.
Oh my gosh.
There's gonna be a Mega Man game coming out. I don't know if it's Legends 3.
It's probably gonna be 12. Like, if we're being realistic.
I don't know. I have no idea. The Resident Evil 4 remake is gonna come supposedly on 22.
Yeah, because we're getting 8 next year, so
Yes.
that makes sense.
I also read that, I looked into it before we talked about this. I also read that Resident Evil Village or something.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 8.
Oh, that's 8?
Mhm.
Okay. The plot got leaked. apparently.
Yep, that's
Oh.
what I was about to say that the plot got leaked
Oh,
because
no.
part of the leak had the titles, or I guess like the sequence of events for all the cutscenes that they're gonna play. So you can by just the names of each cutscene, you can kind of like have an idea of everything how it's gonna play out.
This is like the worst. Like, if they leaked 7, like, no big deal, because it's so like standoffish from the rest of the series. But like, it seems to be tying back in with like everything that's going on, and it's like I don't want to know anything.
You want to know something like supposedly like Resident Evil 7 is actually going to be reported to the Switch, and it's going to be running on a modified on a modified Resident Evil engine, so that it can run on the Switch.
I wonder how that's gonna play out because you got the Switch. I mean the controller, so you'll be able to move. I wonder.
Well,
how would that
in
work?
Japan they did a cloud version of 7, so I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be something like how they did with the cloud version. So it's not gonna be that different, but
Because they cannot do VR on a Switch, but they can definitely still take advantage of the movement of the controllers.
yeah. So like there's quite a couple other things here. Like they're gonna do a remake for Final Fight. They're gonna do a remake for Power Stone supposedly.
Are you looking at the IGN?
Yeah, IGN.
Yeah.
And then the next Resident Evil, so 9, is supposedly called Apocalypse. So that's gonna be interesting.
Oh my gosh, they're already. I guess what's gonna happen is we're gonna get 8 and then 4 and then 9, which is. Do y'all think we'll ever get?
I think that sounds about right because I think that's kind of like the.
I hope they remake 4 immediately.
Well, they said they
was
I think
good.
somebody. I think I read somewhere that they were also planning on remaking 0 and 1, but then having it in kind of like happen in a separate like timeline.
Okay, I
So,
get that.
Yeah.
I would be down for a remake of 0, but there's nothing wrong with the remake of 1.
Well, I guess they wanted to like.
They want to do it like.
They
2
want to do it
style.
like how 2 and 3.
Okay, that makes sense.
If that
but
if that'd be cool though.
yeah, I'd like to see. It's just I don't know. I didn't even want to remake a 4. Like 4 is still such a good game, like on its own. Like if you play the remaster, it's still really good.
Yeah, I honestly hope that they do not screw it over because I'll be honest, 4 is the only one that I remember myself playing all the way throughout, except for 7.
Mhm.
Like just recently. But other than that, I played a little bit of 5. I feel like 5, 6, all those just became shooters rather than thrillers.
5 and 6 were not
Yeah.
my favorite for sure.
Like they were fun co-op, definitely. Or I mean at least 5. I did never play 6 on co-op, but nonetheless, again, it's more of a shooter than whenever they released this 7th one. I was so impressed that they were able to bring back the thriller, the horror behind it. It was so good. So I really hope that the 4 has the remake has such a good balance between it, because that was basically what the 4th was. It's the good balance between a shooter, trying to scavenge as many bullets as possible, and being always on the run because dude has something big. Finding the chainsaw dude. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there were some really good boss fights in that game for sure. Me and Blake, we played 7, like every night for like a whole week because we were really late to the party on it, and we had this like inside joke about the grandma that like rocks in a rocking chair, and she just like you walk into a room and she'll just like randomly be sitting there, and we're like, That chick, she's the
Yeah.
main villain of the entire game, and then at the very end, it's
She was the main villain. I actually remember Resident Evil 4. It came out on the Wii, and like I remember like you remember like all you could like buy all these like attachments for your Wii controllers to go into.
like the Motion Plus.
Yeah, and like I remember like there's a gun attachment.
Oh, really?
And you could use that, and like I don't know, it's pretty immersive.
I heard that though.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
I heard on the Wii it was really good, but I'm not a fan of motion controls at all, so I never tried it.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
they
played it
got
on the
better.
PS2, and that was it for me.
PS2. It was on
When the
PS2.
It came out.
What?
No, it came out like Resident Evil 4 came out on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like motion since I'm like.
no, like, bro, no.
I've only heard of it on.
Oh my
GameCube,
god, like.
I don't think I've ever seen a PS2
I would
copy of RE4.
not know how Resident Evil 4 would even work on an iPhone.
Terrible. You only have Fruit Ninja. It's what it worked for.
Not even. I don't even remember what was on the iToy to begin with.
It was terrible.
But yeah, no, like I remember playing Resident Evil 4 on PS2, and I don't know. I was so put off by the Wii edition for some reason. Like it was just like this is not the original just gameplay of it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of like the Wii edition versions of like action like shooters, I was always put off by like Call of Duty, like Resident Evil. I don't know why.
It was just weird. Like I guess because like every version on the Wii ended up becoming its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they wanted to capitalize on the Wiimote.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just weird.
Like
I'm glad that they didn't do. They didn't keep that trend.
yeah,
Because like I know like at least on Wii U they were kind of like, let's not try to do something with the Wii U tablet thing. I guess that's why it ended up being such a failure. But
So I guess we should get into the main topic. We have our pro gamer guest here, actually.
Yep, world champ.
Pretty.
Double.
So you went to Micro Center last week, was it?
What day was the release? The 18th.
The 18th.
So I camped
so like
out
a week and a half ago.
I camped out the night of the 17th, the 18th, and when I got there, so I don't know like.
What graphics card were you looking for?
It was the 6800. I went there originally for the NVIDIA RTX 3080, and when I got there was already a line of 100 people, and obviously I didn't get one. And so I went back. I was like, all right, this time I'm ready. I'm gonna get there a whole day before.
Yes, like literally 15 hours before.
Yeah, and so I get there, and there's already 30 people in line. They already had their tent set up, and like the 3080 launch is not like this.
Mm-hmm.
So this was more people, and like other like YouTubers came out, and they're videotaping, and they're like, yeah, this is worse than the 3080 launch. And it turns out so there's like two variations of the card. So like for anybody who doesn't know what Micro Center is, it's like basically just like a PC gamer's like dream store, just because it sells like every like component you would need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it a better frags?
Oh, not even a comparison.
Okay.
Yeah,
way
it's
better.
way
than
better.
I was just trying to like see what I can compare it to
'Cause, like-
Best Buy, whatever.
Like I think Fry's used to be a lot better, but something happened where they changed like vendors, and they just went down the drain. But like
It's not the same.
Micro Center, they have I think less locations, but like each location is like filled with like every PC part you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went there because like I had learned my lesson from trying to buy stuff online. I was like, this doesn't work. I was like F5 can only get me so far. And so I went to I was like, all right, I'm gonna camp it out this time. And it turns out I'm not the only one who had that idea. All these other people came out, and so I sat in the line, camped out, got like 4 hours of sleep. Met some cool people though.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty awesome. I'll speak on one guy I met who reminded me of something you told me about with the Switch and the Joy-Cons.
Oh, was he talking about drift?
No, he actually has his own like business where he like refurbishes.
Really? Oh, I need to get in touch with that guy because like both of mine are drifting now.
Yeah, and so I waited overnight, and then the manager comes out and he's like, and so there's two variations of the car. There's the 6800 and the 6800 XT, and the 6800 XT is basically the better version, and it's really the only one that was worth the money. It was like MSRP of $649,
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and so the manager comes out and he's like, we only have 10 of the 6800s. That's it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I'm glad though. I wouldn't have wanted to get it anyways unless I wanted to become, the devil of that I fear and like resell it for a higher amount.
Was that was your plan?
Like, if I got one, I know the first 10 people are probably did that.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
obviously making money, I'll be honest.
yeah, I mean, if you're waiting in line for 20, there's people that are there for 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're
I
there.
need a reimbursement, sir.
Yeah, they're there
My
since
life
like.
was spent.
I think it was Wednesday night that I got there. They were there from like Monday. I was like, you waited in line for a $500 graphics card for 3 days. You gotta feel bad about that.
That's crazy.
Like, and then I went online and apparently this is like every location was like really limited supply online, sold out instantly. And then like it's called AIB. I think it's aftermarket or I forget what it is. But basically just that's what the name is given to like other board company or partner companies that make the graphic. They use the PCB, which is printed circuit board too, and they put their own like cooler design on it, and even them are sold out instantly. So yeah, that's my experience with trying to buy scalps.
Was the 3080 the one that you tried to get online? Like
I tried it online and in person.
Oh yeah, and you told me that one was like there was no bot blockers on. That's what started this weird scalping craze. That was like when it began.
Yeah, that's when it began. That's when like all like these like apparently like all the shoe people who like scalp shoes.
Yeah.
They took.
It's like these people have nothing to do with technology.
They have nothing. They don't care. They don't know what an RTX 3080 is.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, I can use my because like what they do is like how like Supreme shoes are like easy sell for like a normal price.
Limited edition.
Yeah, and then they get resold at really high prices. Mm-hmm. They're like, we can just do that here. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, okay, we'll buy. And then they just bought up all of the supply and resold it.
Yeah, now that is being carried over to the console side of gaming because there was that article about they're an actual company, I'm using quotation marks, and they had bought 3,500 stock of PS5. And they resold it all for double the price. Well, they haven't resold it all, but they are attempting to.
They're trying.
They're trying.
They're trying. But
and
I remember this article too, and like I remember like somewhere on that article, maybe another article, they were like, "Yeah, I don't care what you guys say." Like they're proud of what they did, basically. Like they don't care, but like because they've been receiving a lot of backlash.
Oh yeah,
a lot, and they don't care.
I mean, it's like honestly, like at that point, like, it's legitimately a rob. You know,
I mean,
they would care if people wouldn't like if they wouldn't have to have that instant gratification of like getting it for $1,000. Mm-hmm. Like if people just waited like 3 months for like supply to restock.
Yeah, now they're just standing there with this many PlayStations and.
I mean, like I feel like it would have hurt a lot more if everyone just kind of like was not so desperate to buy the PS5. But there's this serious case of FOMO, like it's
for like
serious. I have
3 games too.
I have friends.
Yes.
That are so desperate, so damn desperate that they're legit just staying awake like hours in the night every day, every single day just to get one.
Dude, I'm so
and
mad.
They complain so hard about it on our chat. Like,
it's
and I know like Nico's high.
You can do that as long as you don't give in to the scalpers.
Yeah,
that's my opinion on it.
Did you hear about? Speaking of like just hoping for that random moment of it coming back in stock? Did you hear about how Jake got his PS5?
Did I mention that?
I think you mentioned it in the last one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you just
it was
signed
like,
in.
I was just like,
the 10-second.
My spider sense was tingling.
You texted me that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that now.
Nope.
It was so crazy because like I think like PlayStation like later on said like, wow, we were not expecting to sell this many. We are zeroed out. Like we have no more.
Yeah.
No more.
I mean,
they were rushing hard to make more. Like they were kind of like surprised at just how many they weren't expecting because I think they say that they were gonna like it was like double
It's
Yeah,
2 to
not-
1 compared to Xbox. Yeah,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like
but like
2 to
it was double the shipment was like, or rather the volume of the how manufactured like
Oh.
PS5s was like double than the one with PS4, right?
Yeah,
Something
no,
like
yes.
that.
I guess
something
yeah, I
similar.
don't know.
It's,
What I was gonna add to that, what's crazy is just the fact that since they gotta do it so quickly trying to restock and so on, it makes me so fearful that the PS5s that are coming out might be just hella faulty. Like you're probably gonna start like playing it, and all of a sudden it's every 5 seconds gonna crash. So that's my fear of getting it now and just waiting it out for it to kind of reach a normal level. And you were saying, no, Jake, you said the whole 2 to 1 ratio of the Xbox right now, which is I don't know why the scalpers are even trying to grab Xboxes. Like nobody's buying it, and it's not because Xbox is bad. It's because more people own PCs that can play the same games that Xbox has.
Well,
Yeah,
that's because
that's why I have.
But that's
I don't have
because
Xbox.
I think it's because Xbox is trying to get away from having physical consoles.
yeah.
They're because they have that option, and then they also have the super backwards compatibility because you can go so far back to like what, 360 games.
I think
Yeah,
you go back
the
all the way.
original.
Even further,
Yeah. So like I feel like at this point they're just I'm not gonna say that they are, so I don't want to get quoted on it, but I think that their idea is to get out of consoles and just literally just go to the point where like they just have the service.
Yeah.
Because like, they could just literally do like
a Stadia style thing is what I'm thinking that they'll probably try to reach next, because Stadia, I feel like Google Stadia was a little bit ahead of their game. They had a great idea, but it's just like the servers, the streaming service, and everything. It's just not working properly due to everybody's internet. It's not as good. Now we're reaching the 1 gigabyte where it's almost normal for a house to have it. So yeah, I know. But
Maybe we'll get Google Stadia then.
so what I'm thinking is that probably Xbox is gonna go that route, because I really doubt that they're gonna stop selling a particular system, because that's still making them money.
hell
Right?
no.
And
They just got Bethesda, so like they're gonna milk the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
from here on.
I see a lot of like companies doing this trend of like the virtual gaming consoles. Like you see Nvidia has like the GeForce Now, which is like basically like you can just stream it from anything. Like these games on the library. So yeah, I see a lot of companies.
I feel like they're just gonna Netflix it at this point. You know.
See, I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't
Because
know.
I like physical. Like
I do too.
I enjoy having like
something to look
a
at.
whole shelf, like just a whole shelf of just like the games. And I feel like if that were to like just go, I don't think it ever will go away, but we're gonna see less of it.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Like
have to start printing out the colors and
like,
sticking in the
I mean,
wall.
yeah, right. So like, it's like at this point, it's kind of like, you know, I remember, you know, back when, you know, whenever you get a physical copy, you at least get like an instruction booklet, and like that was kind of like part of the charm of getting one. But now, like when you buy a game now, it's like you open it, it's just a disc.
It only has like a code on the back. It's like, here you go.
Maybe a code, or maybe like a, you know, some pamphlet or something about how, like, you know, be careful about playing this game.
Yeah,
you might have epilepsy or
and I definitely understand you there, because we were talking about, because you pulled out the GameCube and you pulled out freaking Star Fox Adventures, and I was laughing my ass off because I used to love that game. And behind the book, it actually had the vocabulary, the ABCs. Or the words that they use in their dinosaur language, and I remember learning it with my sister just so we could communicate in the house. And like you don't get that charm like anymore, which is sad. Now, I mean, you got Google at this point, right?
Oh, but
it's not the same.
It's not fun.
Yeah,
it's not fun. Like I know, like the PlayStation has like the instruction booklet inside of the game, so like you could literally like just hit options and some instructions are there. But most of the games now, they just teach you everything in game, which I feel it's a step forward, but you miss out on that, you know, old school, like, you know, the booklet. What other fun tidbits do they have? Like,
yeah, I guess that's what collector's editions are nowadays, because when you get like a standard edition, it's just a box with a disc in there. I don't even think Demon's Souls had like anything else besides just the disc. And I mean, even like Overwatch for Switch doesn't even have a game card. It literally just has a code.
Download code.
It's like you get the box and it comes with a code.
Yeah, that's actually what happened.
It's kind of like the same with like the Fortnite, because I remember this one instance where like I was like I think it was GameStop, and I was trying to get. I don't remember what I was getting, but I do remember this lady complaining with the clerk in GameStop about the Fortnite not having anything on it, and they were telling me, well, ma'am, the game is free online. So. And she was like complaining, like, why am I spending like $30 on this? Well, you're trying to like you're paying for the content inside of it, but you said that it was free, and she was like all pissed off. So I don't like I don't know. I don't understand why would we have like. Well, I mean, like I don't understand why it's even a shelf to begin with.
Yeah,
like you could sell the content without having to
bring it into a store.
Because I think Apex also has like physical copies.
Yeah.
For what reason?
It's genius.
It's
genius.
particular thing.
You don't see this. Because you get these like moms coming in like, Jimmy loves Fortnite. Where can I get video games? GameStop. Fortnite. Oh, I can buy it for $30.
I can buy this free game for $30.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they're getting. You know? It's like, oh, you know what?
And then they're like, you want the warranty?
All right, you got the warranty. How about a $15 GameStop card? You know, this is your first time ever coming in here, but if you pay $15, you can get $2 off your next
Remember when they
purchase.
used to try and sell you on the membership?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I actually bought that the
Not
other
that
day.
it matters now because the GameStop is about to die out. So.
Stint.
I-
Back in VR, they have none open whatsoever. It was so sad, but in Puerto Rico, we had them everywhere, and nowadays I don't even. I think probably one is still alive in Puerto Rico.
Really?
Yeah,
Maybe.
only one.
It's like it's kind of like the same deal with like well, I mean maybe not the same, but like it's kind of like how Blockbuster is kind of like fizzled out, and now you have like these like just these stores hidden out in the whole country. If you find them out, you'll have that retro experience.
I think there's only one left.
In Oregon, I think I read something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to go once just to be like, damn, I remember this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you say that? I don't think Family Video shut down, but
It says
they're like,
space release.
oh my gosh. So I guess they shut down
So,
one close to
yeah.
me, but I still get texts from them.
At this point, they just turned into like a gathering spot for gamers. Like, oh, you want to rent out the room? And that's might as well what they should be at that point, because games are gonna go completely online, and they're already online.
Well-
The movies, you got Netflix that is always pulling up the oldest movies in the world, and for some reason that they recycle. I mean, they take away the good ones.
Yeah,
Um,
there's
Yeah.
that. And
But,
GameStop tried to do something with ThinkGeek, and now ThinkGeek is like, syncing with GameStop at this point.
Bro, I am sad because I watched a series and I actually went to a ThinkGeek at one point that they had the sculpture of that particular character, and actually I'll get it eventually. Mistake. I should have gotten it there back like 2 years or 3 years ago because ThinkGeek is gone. Best Buy in their website doesn't sell it. I cannot get it anywhere. Like I think like I just imagine it at this point because I just don't find it.
That's what it like. Why I ended up like buying like my big Breath of the Wild Link figure because it was on ThinkGeek and it was like I don't know why they even did it. It was like half price off and then it was like a 20% off of all like clearance items and it was a clearance item. It was like discount on top of discount on top of discount and I like because I think that figure is like roughly like maybe $400
Oh jeez.
and I ended up getting it for like $100.
Nice.
Wow.
So I
So
heard you like discounts.
yeah, like that day thinking was being very generous, I guess. Right, I guess because they're also dying alongside GameStop.
Probably.
Anyway, we got way off topic. I didn't even notice, but back to the company.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They put out a statement on Facebook like yesterday, I think, about the backlash that you were
Yeah.
talking about, and the way it's not even that they see themselves as like good people, like they're like trying to explain stuff that just isn't true, like how they said that they bought all the consoles manually, 3,500 consoles manually. You know how hard it was for me to get my console, doing what your friends do, staying up every night. You think that like. I don't know how many people.
Bots. That's
Yeah.
that's the answer.
That's-
Bots.
yeah.
Yeah. They manually entered every bot on every computer that they have probably, and then they run it that way.
You know
Yeah,
how
sure.
Like a Bitcoin mining.
you know how the PlayStation had like that queue set up? Like the queue to get into their website?
Oh yeah, the PlayStation Direct.
On that article, the scalpers were like, yeah, we have bots that just bypass the queue.
Oh my
It's
god.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, that's why
Yeah,
Blake almost on the daily would send me a link and be like, "Oh, the queue's up, and I would go into the queue, and my thing would go all the way down and be like, "You have an hour, you have 30 minutes, you have 1 minute." I'm like, "Oh my god, I have 1 minute, I'm finally in," and then I'd be in and it'd be like, "We're out of stock." It's like,
That's probably why you were able to
Yeah.
everybody just
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
why.
think everyone just gave up.
Like it's like PlayStation kind of like screwed over like their normal buyers by giving it's like the scalpers are like, sweet, there's a queue system and to stop them from getting the PlayStations before we can.
That's crazy that they were able to find a way to just bypass.
Yeah, I mean they can like bypass CAPTCHA, they can bypass a lot of things.
Are you a robot?
my
Back
theory,
to, like-
I don't know why they don't do like text confirmation or like email confirmation or both.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
I mean, at that point, you're just screwing yourself over because you gotta wait more. And the 10 seconds that you wait, you probably
Oh,
not gonna
yeah.
get
Maybe
PlayStation.
it could be like
I was sweating.
maybe it could be like hold it in your card for like 10 seconds until you type in your confirmation code.
That yeah.
No, I think it would be
Anything.
kind of interesting if they did something. Like, I have an idea, you know, like how in like some rides and Universal or like I guess Disney. I'm thinking about Disney in particular, like how they have the Star Wars, like when you go to make your own lightsaber, they give you a ticket and you have to come back at a specific time. You go like, you know, so you can enjoy the rest of the park and then you come back at a specific time and then you kind of like save your queue that way and then you kind of like go in and do that ride that you wanted to go in. I feel like if PlayStation were to do something similar to that, where like you kind of like queue up a pre-order for the PS5, right? But they send you like an email link that you need to respond to, like the moment that you get it. So you go back and then you kind of like enter like in this like just a separate link, and it's not even PlayStation at that point, and then you go through the process and then you pre-order your PlayStation.
I feel like that would be smart in terms of like in a balanced and nobody cheating way type of thing. It makes sense because you don't have to sit in front of your computer and just wait. You know, your phone will tell you, hey, you got like a minute left, so you know, have the link ready.
Yeah, because
and then
like
you send in.
because like once you get like in that email link, you can put a shit ton of authenticators to prevent bots from
Yeah,
like
But that's what I was about to say though. There's it's gonna be hard because like you just have to reroute that robot to another robot to tell, oh, I got this email. Just keep on.
Not only that,
So-
but like that would mean that they would have to like continuously make emails to try to like. And I feel like at that point it would just kind of get very complicated.
But how many emails don't you have? I got like 13.
It's like you could do like they could like send you an email confirmation link, and then once you get into that link, it sends you a text confirmation. And so this way it's like it's becoming so tedious to like try and program whatever bot system they're using that it's I don't know.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, PlayStation probably doesn't care enough.
No, I mean,
They're
they
making the
sold
money
it.
regardless.
They sold it. I don't think they care.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it's just kind of like a quality of life thing. You kind of like just you know, improve that interaction between
Customer
them and the customer.
Yeah.
It's like the customer has to like fight back though, because like if we showed that, if like the customer's like, okay, we're not gonna buy from you because you didn't do what you needed to do to help protect the consumer, and then the company will actually like start reacting. You know,
Yeah,
but
you,
I mean,
that's like a dream scenario.
that's-
though, 'cause
that's a
you
thing.
you can resist scalpers,
Yeah.
But
when
I
you got
mean,
that
like,
FOMO.
See, that's the problem. That's
Yeah,
the
you
right
got
FOMO.
FOMO.
'Cause, like, that's the thing. Like that's how they'll get backlash. But I bet you how many people will like actually bought it from them. You know, like they're just like, I'm mad at you for doing this.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for the PS5 though.
That's so because if you've ever been on like an eBay auction, like if someone has multiple of one item, it says how much they've sold, and like it's so infuriating when I go on eBay and I type in like 3080 and it's like $1,100. MSRP is like 700.
Yeah,
and it's like 31 sold. I'm like, no.
That
Have you
31
not had your
people that
fun?
just gave in.
Ugh.
I mean, it sucks,
man.
Yeah.
and that's a huge problem. Is that like they do see themselves as like these weird like Robin Hood, like stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but when you're like making it more expensive during a global pandemic.
Are they actually saying that?
No, they think they're doing something good for the community because they're like,
What?
somebody might not be able to get a PlayStation because they're all sold out, but we have them and we can supply them to people who pay for them.
Right, because we had we're also charging you like 3 times the amount.
Yeah.
So.
But their excuse is that we have to put food on the table. But
Oh yeah.
if you can buy 3,500 PlayStations, think you can-
Yeah.
I think you can buy a Big Mac, you know.
You can buy.
I mean, might as well just use that same freaking technology to buy yourself or get yourself free food. Like at this point,
Like, that's so stupid.
I mean,
I can't buy from $1 million, man. But you know, if I sell you this PS5 at 3 times the price, then
I'd say
maybe I can get myself a
get through
decent
the
deal.
Just maybe.
Oh man, yeah, you can't use the argument of stealing a loaf of bread to feed your family when you're stealing it's a PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a loaf of bread.
But that's the situation with that company.
that's a dumb argument.
Oh,
like
and-
all the way around.
Bro, I bet you, like whatever money they're getting on top, like from reselling these PS5s, is probably like just to get more bots so they can do it like better the next time.
And I was at the breaking point. I was like, dang, I really want to get to this. I had that FOMO with me,
Yeah.
and I was like, but I didn't. I wasn't gonna give. I still wasn't gonna give into the scalpers, and so I went on. Do y'all know what Fiverr is?
Fiverr?
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, it's like a website where you can go and like ask requests like people to like help you with something, and like they'll usually be specialized in that. So I went on there. I was like, I need someone to help program me a bot. And this guy responded to me. He's like, I can help you. I told him everything. I was like, it needs to bypass capture. And I was like, I wanted to be able to look at Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, every website I wanted to look at. And I put in like the link for the product, and as soon as it comes in stocks, it automatically buys it. And he's like, I can do this.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, how much? And he's like, $250. I was like, oh, I might as well buy from a scalper.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems like it's pretty easy to do.
That's funny. I actually looked into bots too, but I didn't get that far.
Hey, the good thing about bots though is that you can use it again for next gen.
Exactly. I was like, wait,
That's true. Just have it be like, okay, like $250, but then when the next gem comes out, I can actually just type it in, and he can get me that.
and then like I can use this for anything. If I wanted like a fresh new pair of kicks that like everyone's like, I don't know.
Finally, I get the graphics card that I had to stay overnight.
Oh man, that'd be great. Though.
You put it, you see the link comes up the night before, you're like, all right, put that in, go to bed at 10 p.m. I got the graphics card when I wake up.
Just everyone like just have a bot in their house. Just like, all right, next collector's edition comes out like 2 weeks.
That's what it's gonna come to. I feel like that's the future. Like everyone's just gonna have like their own little bot.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna cancel each other out? Like, what's?
I know, like the bot's gonna like it's gonna be like.
Oh my god! Just have somebody go on Fiverr and just like have them make a bot that fights other bots.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily trying to,
Wait,
not even trying to buy the console. Not even trying to buy the console. Just prevent the other bot from buying the console. That'd be so.
50 years from now, whenever you try to buy a product, your computer's gonna grow arms and legs and walk to Mississippi and fight some other computer.
It's gonna be like oh man, yeah.
You said that, and I immediately thought of TIE fighters flying with the X-wings trying to
You have destroyed Slave Bunny 69's bot.
Yes, I prevented them from buying a console.
Oh man, that's so funny. That reminds me, like I used to play this one game called Rust.
Oh,
I don't know
Rust?
if you know. Yeah, it's basically just like you build it's like you're walking around nature and you build your base and like hacking. Like and there's like a new version and like the old version, and like the old version was just the Wild West. Like hacks were galore, and I remember like I partook. Like it was so much fun. And, like
You're telling me
but
about
like
this.
other people, like they got more advanced hacks that could kill you before your hacks could kill them. And so like you'd be walking around like because like you could have like this radius that would automatically kill people in that radius,
Mhm.
and then this other guy got a radius that was bigger than your radius.
Oh.
So like that's what it's gonna come to is like they're gonna have this more advanced bot, and then you're gonna have to get a more advanced bot.
Where's the fun in that though? If you can just automatically kill
It
somebody.
was fun.
It was fun.
The fun just just lies on having the better better hacks at that point.
Yeah.
Just like, just new
He
iteration. Let's go.
He could fly higher and shoot further. It's like this guy's got it all.
Well, back to the reselling. I'm hoping that it's not working out. It seems like it's not doing as well as they thought
Mm-hmm.
because now YouTubers getting like emails and requests to sponsor this company,
Wow.
like in their videos. And I haven't seen anybody do it yet, but
There has to be a couple of people that are, they're making a buck out of it. I'm pretty sure.
There's money.
That would be so terrible because their credibility just immediately just
yeah,
goes
Hey,
down.
exactly.
If they want to sponsor this podcast.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, I'll take that one.
We're 2 episodes in, but
We're gonna have to scalp the sponsor though.
Yeah.
Like whatever you're wanting, double that number, and then we'll do it.
Yeah. I know that happened with like the 3090. It was like a really expensive. It was $1,500.
Yeah.
And it was marginally better than the 3080. And like they had scalped it really quick, thinking it would be like the 3080, and then nobody was buying them. And so like I was like listening, I was hearing that like their prices actually came down. And so I mean, if you hold out, they'll eventually give in. Because I mean, nobody wants to hold on to 3,500 PlayStations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
You know, it's kind of funny because I remember just watching this video on how there's also been like resellers trying to get into like the trading card market, because apparently like I don't know, like Logan Paul did a video, or I don't know, some like some of those like big influential YouTubers like ended up like buying this super old, like I guess like their first edition of like the Pokemon cards, for the purpose of getting the really rare cards and reselling them, because apparently like the first Charizard card that ever came out is like extremely expensive. And so like they're like, apparently like a lot of people have been going at Pokemon cards not for the sake of the hobby of collecting or using them, but for the sake of reselling them, which is like right now it is like skyrocketing the price. But then when you come to realize like the rarity of those cards are probably going to start to go down, which means that they're probably going to be more like just cheaper. Like they're not that value that they once had is just not going to be there anymore.
Yeah.
And some people even used to take their little skill weights or whatever just to weigh the packets or whatever was like a gram higher, they would just buy that.
Oh no, bro! Like
That's nuts.
That video covered everything. Like they would like open up the packets to get the really good cards, put a a less valuable like hollow card, put it back in, and they be able to re-steal it. And it's like there's a bunch of scammers in this fucking thing, and it's crazy. Like
nobody's safe.
Part of me, like, I'm kind of like I used to like Pokemon cards, and I'm glad that I'm not there anymore. Because I feel like at this point it would just be crazy.
I think Critical just opened up like 2 $60,000 boxes of Pokemon cards on Steam, or not on Steam, on stream on like Friday. I didn't get to watch it, but that would have been insane. But yeah, the value will eventually go down if stuff like that keeps happening.
I just think that I don't know. Like I guess it's just so easy to try to like be a scalper nowadays, and like there's no like. I know that there's been like methods of all like just trying to like prevent them from one per household and stuff like that, but here we have a whole company that was able to get 3,500. Like where's the measures to prevent that?
VPN, bro.
Maybe
This video is sponsored by NordVPN.
or ExpressVPN.
Yeah, or Express. That's a good point. Like scalping is such a prominent issue in so many different like markets. Like like Pokemon cards. I want to guess that graphics cards, fashion.
Consoles,
It's even like even huge in like bourbon and like whiskey.
Oh yeah,
I got a friend that actually does that. He buys a couple of like good expensive whiskey. He keeps one for himself, obviously, and then the rest he just sells them over.
But like, and some of like the major like companies have created a system that I hate, and I'm so glad that like a lot of other people don't do it. It's like how like there's like a reward club like point memberships, and like if you spend like X amount, you're in their like top tier. If you spend like a little less than that, you're in like their silver tier. Like they're starting to do it to where like only their top tier spenders get access to these. And I'm so glad that I hope other companies don't follow that model, because it's so like unfair to like your average consumer.
Yeah. Not every team can actually afford that many points in any racer or whatever. Because I know Racer has like a point system for a couple of things. So I mean, hopefully they're not that kind of people, right? But
well, even Best Buy, because I know that Best Buy has like the Best Buy Plus or something.
I know AMD did something like that with the 6800. They had like their red team, and they basically just like they gave their red team members early access to buy the graphics cards.
That sucks.
And it was sold out.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure because I mean, if I got that level of access, like to get anything earlier, I will take advantage of it because the fact is like, people are already jealous. The fact that I can get it early, the fact that I can get it early most likely means that it's popular. So like, I'm just gonna take it. I mean, obviously not myself, but maybe. But point is that like it just makes sense for the people on that level to just go ahead and do it and make a quick buck out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, if I was in that situation, I probably would do the same.
Like my coworkers were talking about it because you said that it started with shoes.
Yeah.
They're actually, that's what they do. They go ahead and start talking about shoes, which I just don't understand the craze behind it. I mean, they look great,
I know.
but they're shoes. I'm gonna wear them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just keep them with a box.
There's just like meme. I don't know if y'all seen it. Like, it's like people posing and like they like take off their shoe because it's like they don't want to crease it or something.
Oh yeah, I saw a video of a
It's
guy
so
that was like
ridiculous.
proposing,
It's so
and he took off
ridiculous.
like his Jordans. So he like when he got on one knee, he wouldn't like crease it. But
It's like it's a shoe.
I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, like hand sanitizer was being scalped.
Some
Oh
toilet
yeah,
paper too.
toilet
oh
paper,
my
yeah.
gosh, yeah, I remember that. Like Lysol and hand sanitizer was being scalped. Remember that one guy? He like they took it away from him.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that? Like he was
Oh
going
my
to Sam's
gosh.
Clubs and like Costco's
Uh-huh.
and like just buying their stuff, and then the government came and was like, "No, we're gonna take it."
Well, I mean, like what was it like? What was the later one when like things started to calm down? Like
Yeah.
somebody tried to like go back to Walmart and sell everything.
Yeah,
They
it's
told
like,
them
no.
no. They told them no. Like it's like, what are you doing? No, you bought that. Now you keep it.
It's such
like,
justice.
So-
At this point, you can see even house parties. Sometimes they actually have like toilet paper, like mini games.
I saw that.
The one with wine or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so hilarious. I wanted to play it though. That sounds fun. I mean, it looks fun.
Man,
So the final question, I guess, this is the question that everybody's been asking: is should it be illegal?
I honestly do
I don't
think.
think I don't think it should be illegal because that's. I mean, well,
There has to be a limit.
here's my take on it. Right, like I don't like if you legalize it, you're only like causing more problems,
Mhm.
right? But if you make it illegal, it kind of like it just kind of like makes it like it kind of like gives them a little bit more reason to do it.
I
Just
guess.
think of like
the
like
temptation behind it.
like there's like there's more temptation behind it in my eyes because like it's like and I don't want to have to bring it out, but kind of like drugs, like
Yeah.
it's weed is available in California but not in other places, but then you still have people selling it, like people are, regardless of whether it is legal or not, people are still gonna scalp, so it's kind of like in this gray area
Mhm.
because like how do you make it illegal though?
Well, I guess you can't make it illegal, but you can.
Limit to cigarette.
Like you can make it corporized scalping illegal. Like you can definitely like.
Well, that okay. In that case, yeah. Like,
But if it's a single person, then at that point it's kind of like difficult.
yeah.
Yeah.
because
yeah.
okay. Well, the way that I was thinking is just like if you make like what constitutes scalping, like you're buying more than one product. Well, that just means that they can just take it to the extreme, and now we're only going to be allowed to buy one of every item from like per household or something like that.
And they already have those limits in place, and they still get past them.
Exactly. Like
I mean, they already have like the limit one per user.
I mean, I'm against scalping, but it's not the one guy that bought two somehow and is selling one of them that's bothering me.
I mean, I just think that this situation is serious, but I don't think it's that serious. Like you're not. It's not something that's vital.
It is extremely. It's not that it's vital, but it's definitely serious at this moment, just because of the sheer amount of people trying to get to it, and the sheer amount of people that are unable to get it. Based on this, again, we didn't expect this to blow out the proportion the way that it is. But that's why this in particular is crazy, and I'm pretty sure it's all based around COVID as well, because nobody can go out. Well, quote unquote, nobody can go out. Everybody's. I mean, we're here.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like there's a way around it. It's just that if we don't act on it, it's not gonna happen. We could just not buy buy those PS5s.
I do think that
it would take a lot of people to really get like on that idea, but it's just as simple as that. If you want to just get rid of these like scalpers, like just don't buy it.
Yeah,
you could do that, but there is a reason that they released it in November, and like you could we're looking at this from like a gamer's perspective. Like I didn't need the PS5.
Yeah,
there is only like 3 or 4 games out right now, and I mean even Cyberpunk's gonna be on PC and PS4, so I wanted to play it on PS5, but I didn't need to. But there's also like I remember when I tweeted something stupid the other day, and because I was on Walmart trying to get one, like I'd say maybe the day of or the day before I got it, and I had it in my cart and I was trying to check out, and then that deer popped up, that like dog with like the deer antlers. It's like a meme now, and I like tweeted a picture of that, and I had like 3 or 4 people like comment on it, and it wasn't like gamers like, oh, like I can't believe I can't get my PS5. It was like parents that are like trying to get like PS5s for their kids for like Christmas.
Yeah.
And so that's like where it's like
to the market.
Yeah, it's not like a FOMO thing. It's like a doing something nice for somebody thing.
Yeah, I read at one point that they said something like, don't you think that you're just stealing out of Santa Claus' personal bag of gifts or whatever for the kids? I mean, personally, I'm on both sides of that comment. I'm like, I don't understand it because a lot of kids are just ask, Santa Claus for that next gen console. But at the same time, I'm also on the side of like, well, you need to first of all tell your kids that it's not Santa buying that one expensive, but it's giving you something else. I am buying you this as your parent for Christmas. But again, that's a different kind of debate, right? But nonetheless, I can see the impact that it's having based on just because Christmas is right there, which is what probably rose the question of like it's a legality. But even if you were to limit it, even based on just quantity per household or the amount during a certain time span, if the bots can go past the CAPTCHA, they can go bypass everything of those sorts. So there's really no winning on this if you are some sort of scalper, because unless even if you are an open corporation doing it out in the open saying it, then that's different because people can easily pinpoint it. But after that, once it's quote unquote illegal, people just go into the shadows and do it from out, behind scenes and still get their way, and it's not gonna be any different, unfortunately. Like I cannot see a good way of implementing it where it's actually gonna fix the issue.
I think the easiest way to fix it is it's a lot easier said than done. Is just for people not to buy from the scalpers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then I mean, you can wait if you waited this long for a new system or new piece of technology, you can probably wait like 3 months or 4 months until it stabilizes.
That's the thing about the scalpers, though, is that this is where they are gaslighting everyone, because they say that they're scalping for people who might not be able to get one, but the only people that are buying these are like parents whose kids suffer from like affluenza because they're so rich and they can just buy
That's
a $1,500 PS5 and it's like $20 to them.
There's almost a rush to finding it at retail value when it's such a rare item.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you find like I recently bought it's like a $700 bottle of bourbon at retail for like $100, and I was like, yeah, because like I wouldn't have felt that way if I bought it on the secondary market,
Mm-hmm.
So I get why some people are like spamming F5 in the middle of the night hoping for it to come in stock.
Because at this point it's a game of chance, It's like, oh, I won the lottery, I actually got it. Like yourself, it's like, oh, like even though I have to wait that extra second, but freaking me out, I actually got it. It serves for a story, right? So
I don't know. I mean, I just think that like overall this situation is just very, very gray area. Like it's not real black and white, right?
Yeah.
Like we hate it, but there's no like
there's no way. Like it's like okay. See, if we limit them to like no matter what we do, they're always gonna find a way around it, right? Like we could give in and just buy from them, but that's just only giving them more business, so that means that they're probably doing it more.
Yeah, it's more like it.
You whether it's if it's legal, I mean it's pretty much the same. They're like, you know, you could find different methods of trying to prevent that, but they're always gonna like one up it. It's always gonna be like that. It's always gonna be like that. They'll always find a way to one up like the current circumstances to be able to do what they're doing. If you make it illegal, I feel like they would like it could be taken to a point where like it's not only limiting them but also limiting us instead, and that could hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That it could hurt on either end. But I think honestly, yeah, just like you said, like honestly, the easiest way to get rid of this issue, and it might, you know, hurt to a lot of people, but honestly, just don't support it. Don't support it. Just don't buy it. And I know that it's easier said than done, and that could be said for a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, the whole like EA thing with them, like, you know, FIFA being an insane, you know, money grab, gambling, however you want to put it. You could always just say, don't buy it, but people still buy it. So like, if you can hold on until Sony continues to make more, because at some point they're gonna have enough for everybody.
Yeah.
And then if we just hold out, and then they like, I'm pretty sure that at some point the value of the PS5 will even start to decrease, because they're making so much to be able to like, you know, give everybody a chance to make one, that like, you know, the scalpers are going to be like, well, now we have way too many PS5s, and now they have, you know, they have no choice but to sell it to maybe like make a profit out of it.
Yeah. I would say that definitely what favored them the most right now is the season. Like if it wasn't because of the season, they'll probably would not have this success at all.
And plus, COVID created like a lot more gamers. I think like a lot more people are trapped in their house. Like, what can I do? Oh, play video games. And then
suddenly gaming is healthy for you.
Oh yeah,
that's right. So now everyone's like obsessed over these items that normally they wouldn't be obsessed about. But the stock is going to stabilize because these companies obviously see the high demand, and they're going to be like, well, let's make more.
I think that all the game companies, all the developers, all the manufacturers, and all they should take a lesson from this, because this is only it's probably going to be like this moving forward, because you know you have a lot of people that might be doing it out of necessity, but they might, you know, find a hobby in this. So that means there's going to be more demand for all of these types of products. So I feel like they should take that into consideration moving forward and just be like, well, you know,
find a way to counteract it. But again, it's going to be difficult.
Well, maybe not counteract it, but like just like, you know, be prepared that stuff like this will happen.
So much supply that there's no, like if the scalpers do buy it, there's gonna be no point in buying that much, because it's still gonna be available from the retailer.
Yeah, because like I feel like that's the only way to beat the scalpers is just holding on, buy it at market price. Do not give in to buying from scalpers. At some point, that like them having those PSIs, it's gonna start to lose value, because the more people have it, the more they make, the less chance that they have of actually selling it. Which just means that they're, you know, the only way that they're gonna be able to sell it is to sell it at a lower price.
Once we pass Christmas, if they haven't sold like half their stock, they're gonna take a huge hit.
Yes,
for sure.
I mean, I've been looking at all like the news articles, and like all the companies are saying like Q1 we'll have a lot of stock.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
all right, we're in Q4. I honestly thought it would, like, for some reason my head was it's about to be New Year, Q1.
Yeah, I was like tripping there for a second. I still think we're in March, to be honest. Like once we hit the pandemic, my mind just like did not. It has just been off.
I feel like the world's been on pause for like the last
the whole delays in China because of obvious reasons has also like slowed down like production of like all the parts necessary for the systems. And so I mean, as they come back online, they're gonna start ramping up. You know, once the networks where they, you know, globalization comes back together.
I cannot wait for COVID to be over so I can go back to do the same thing that I'm doing right now.
We're both with stock.
Exactly.
We're both with stock.
Yep. All right. Do we have any final thoughts on anything?
Yeah. Don't buy from scalpers.
Actually, don't buy a PS5 from a scalper. unless you're gonna 100% Astros Playroom.
Yep.
That's what we'll leave you
You
with.
better platinum that.
Yeah, you better get to platinum. All right, I guess we're wrapping up just slightly early. We're 20 minutes under an hour and a half, so
Really? I honestly thought we were going over it for a
yeah,
while.
that was
I mean, it was a fairly short episode, but I think it was pretty.
I feel like it was more interactive than the last one. The last one we were like, there was, first of all, the old technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Second, the fact that there were times that I felt like we definitely just kept the monotone side of it for a while. Or here we definitely burst it a little bit.
I think we're trying to like
emotion.
make sure that we maintain volume so it doesn't spike up. So like,
I mean,
poor Jake doesn't have to like bleed from his ears.
Yeah.
There's definitely spikes. I definitely saw them.
There were a few, yeah, but
Few
we're
spikes.
good. So yeah, that'll wrap up this episode 2 of Press A to Talk. Any plugs? Blake, I know you're a pro gamer. What are you plugging?
I guess you can follow me on Twitch at Pokemon. Yeah, I'm actually top E-girl gamer.
Yeah, and he's gonna go home to his girlfriend Belle Delphine.
Oh,
and,
we got a video dropping on the 25th.
Next week is meet up with PewDiePie.
Yeah.
So I got a busy schedule.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna trade a few whiskey bottles with Jacksepticeye, and then we're gonna. All right.
We're
Well,
gonna play Among Us. Yeah.
Yeah.
super genius, best Among Us player. All right. So yeah, that'll do
That was
it.
my key plays.
All right, that'll do it. We'll see y'all next week.
See you guys.
See ya.